Hey, welcome back to Matt's Garage DIY. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a money belt, also known as a cash belt. Money belts are not a new idea. I can remember 40 years ago my grandpa had one and he would wear it anytime that he and grandma went on a trip together. Great idea. Today, with our, sort of attention on EDC or everyday carry type things, what kind of knife you got, whether you have a Leatherman or some other kind of multi-tool, pocket survival kit, flashlight, all those sorts of cool things. I think this is just something that ends up getting overlooked a little bit. I'm as guilty as anybody else for that. I hadn't given it a thought. My son was getting ready for his grade 12 trip. There were a bunch of students were heading over to Europe, and as we were kind of helping him pack, the idea came back to me. I was like, yeah, this is great. And then it dawned on me, why don't I have something like this? Why, is this not more talked about or more used in the EDC community? So, thought I'd do a quick video on it. I'm not here to promote anybody's product. There is a ton of great options out there, depending on what you're looking for. I just have a cheap online one that I'm using right now, and just going to take a look at that, show you what I've got. My belt, I have very specifically built for living in a city, having some sort of emergency between home and work where I'm going to need, kind of some items to get me back home or to help me out. On top of that, I'm at an age where I'm losing my wallet and glasses and keys more often. So to have some of those items, attached to my waist where I can't lose them is an added bonus. So this is going to just be a quick and dirty video, not really going to belabor the point. I think there's just a couple things you need to consider. What are you using that belt for, right? Is this your everyday I'm wearing it to work belt? Is this I'm going hunting and I'm going to be out in the woods for a while? Am I going away on vacation? Those are the sorts of things you need to consider, as well as where do you live? I live in a fairly big city. There's lots of things around. I have opportunities to use cash. If I live 100 miles outside of town and this is the belt that I have, I might be packing some different things in there. So we'll take a quick peek at what I've got. Certainly feel free to share in your comments any ideas or things that you carry in your belt. Love to hear it. Anyways, let's take a look at what's inside. So here's just a real quick look at the belt that I have. This one has a zipper on the inside. Some other ones I've seen have Velcro. So looking at your belt, probably the biggest thing you want to keep in mind is that whatever you're putting in there, you want to be pretty thin or low profile. Last thing you want is some big lump in your belt that's driving into your hip or your back or that kind of thing. So let's take a look at what I got in my belt. First up is some cash. Probably anywhere from $60 to $100 is what I would aim to carry in there. That would get me a cab or fix a flat tire or any of those sorts of things if needed. Next up, charging cable for my phone. Next is either a house key or a spare key for my vehicle. If I lock my keys in my truck, got a spare key to open the door. Or if I have lost my keys and need to get back into my house, got the house key. Piece of Write in the Rain paper with important phone numbers written down on it. I would write them in pencil. That way if it gets wet, it's not going to smudge or smear. Money for the bus or train or whatever sort of local transit you have around your place. I have put a piece of electrical tape on the back that just helps hold everything flat, and then that way these coins don't sort of stack up in the belt. I have about 40 inches of bank line. You could use paracord, but if you break a shoelace or something like that and you're walking home, something like this will be a nice easy fix, and then again keeping that nice low profile. Although this certainly won't replace your Leatherman or everyday carry knife, I have included a little ceramic razor blade. And then the last item, although not maybe super practical in a city or urban environment, is a little striker wheel and a piece of waxed jute twine. I was worried that this was going to be a little bit chunky, but I have found that if I keep that in this portion of the belt, sort of off of my hips but towards the front, that didn't bother me at all wearing that in there. So there you have it. Those are the items that I've got in my belts. Wear this every day and doesn't bother me at all. I haven't noticed any of those items kind of being uncomfortable. So I'd love to hear what kind of belt you use, what sort of items you have in yours, thoughts, comments, etc. Be sure to click that like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.